Hey, so I studied Emma Willard, who was an early feminist who opened the Troy Female Seminary in 1821, where women prepared for a certificate to teach. Emma Willard said, "Genuine learning has been said to give polish to man. Why then should it not bestow added charm on women?" She declared her life to women's education. Through her experience, she was able to travel and promote women's education nationally and internationally. She grew up with a father who was a farmer. He encouraged her to learn how to read and think for herself. I think this is one of the really cool things that I found in the research. That her father came from kind of more of a impoverished background. However, he promoted her own independence, which was uncommon during that time. Women were mostly just there for, wifely duties and motherly duties, but he promoted this individual thinking that I don't think she would have been who she was without that. And it kind of reminded me of Malala, who is a recent activist today fighting for women's equal education around the world because it's still a problem today. And I think it's really interesting to learn from history because history repeats itself. And we can only learn and go from here on how to be advocates for women around the world for equal education. And so I just think it's really interesting how it kind of correlates with everything going on today as well. So at the age of 15, Willard participated in a males-only area of thought, which involved politics, philosophy, world affairs, and mathematics. So this is like kind of only men-appropriated conversations that she was just like, you know what, I'm gonna have this conversation. I want to learn about it. I want to, be involved in it because I can have that higher thinking. I think there's something really powerful in that. So at the age of 20, she became the principal at a female academy in Millsbury, Vermont. There, she became familiar with vast difference between female textbooks and male textbooks. I think this is kind of where her whole entire viewpoints on inequality between women's education and males' education really came into play. So through this, she was motivated to teach herself geometry and philosophy, which is just amazing in general to be able to teach herself that. I have a client right now who has a disability who was institutionalized since he was 3, and he is now teaching himself math and reading and writing, and it's really amazing to be able to kind of see that and really evolve. And there's something incredibly amazing about that, and amazing about that person being able to do that. So I think this is really cool as well. So in 1814, Emma Willard believed that women had the capability to learn advanced topics, so she decided to open up a boarding school for young women. And because of this, she proved that women could teach, and not only teach, but teach well, and teach higher privileged topics that were men-only topics. So in 1818, Willard proposed that women's education should be publicly supported by suggesting that a women's seminary be founded. She presented this idea to an address to the public, particularly to the members of legislators of New York. Willard did not receive a response from legislators at first. Instead, they ridiculed her and said that women studying was controversy, God's will. So once again, history, we see this again. We see this today with, using religion, background, and this higher power to prevent women from equal opportunities. I think that's really cool, just the fact that it still happens today and how it just correlates with today's problems as well. So finally, she received a response from support from the New York governor, Dwight Clinton, I believe I'm saying that right. And in 1821, the Troy Female Seminary opened for boarding schools and day students. And this was the first school in the U.S. to offer higher education to women. And that's just amazing because I don't think that, we may not be where we're at today. I might not even have this opportunity to even sit in front of a computer like this and say my ideas and say my responses without somebody being an advocate and saying that, hey, women can learn and women have the opportunity to learn, and we have the opportunity to be more than women, or more than moms and more than wives, and just to learn about the advocacy in that as well is just really amazing. So I'm just going to kind of leave it there, and I think in the text below I'm going to leave just a speech from Malala, because she's pretty common, but some people may not have heard of her, and I think she's just a really great advocate, and I think it's really amazing to learn from her, because I believe that she's 13 years old, which is just incredible as well, to really have that self-righteousness and self-power to fight for women's equality today. So thanks for listening.